Very few people truly understand how Facebook advertising works at its most fundamental core level. So I have decided to put together a series that is going to introduce you to the fundamentals of Facebook advertising, principally in how campaign objectives work, which are the foundations, the things that shape how and when and where and why you should be advertising on Facebook. So over this playlist and over this next series, I'm going to teach you every single campaign objective, starting with this intro of what are Facebook advertising campaign objectives. Hey everybody, I'm your host Renaldo Edmondson, and in this video I am going to introduce you to the wonderful world of Facebook ad campaign objectives. There are 14 of them, and this is what shapes your need, your goal, your starting point for running Facebook ads. But of course, what are campaign objectives? How do they work? Where do they come from? Yeah. Guys, you have to understand Facebook is built on a machine learning algorithm. What does that mean? Computational brain. More information it receives, the smarter it gets. Kind of like you and me, right? AI, kind of scary, mimicking the way human beings really are. So the more Facebook absorbs information, because remember, it's the biggest the biggest publicly available to advertise on human behavior database on the planet, the more data it collects on you and on me, the smarter it gets. The more it realizes that, oh, there are people who prefer on our platform to watch video. There are people who prefer to comment and react. There are people who prefer to post. Based on all of these different insights it gets, it can start categorizing, saying, those people are over there, and those people are over there, and those people are over there. So when they create their ad product, and I say to Facebook, hey, I want to come on and I just want people to watch my videos, they go, we know who those people are. We can go and show your ad to people who are known to watch videos, and we'll give you a result every time somebody watches your video. So when you're about to run a Facebook advertising campaign, the first thing you are going to be presented with or asked is, what's your goal? What kind of objective are you looking for? Do you want awareness? Do you want traffic to your website? Do you want conversions? What do you want? And based on what you choose, Facebook is going to go after people who are known for that act. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So Facebook kind of help you understand this by categorizing their general campaign objectives. And the first category, of course, is awareness. How do you sell anything? Do you sell something by saying, hey, I've got this thing, want to buy it? Person's like, what is it? Why should I buy it? When was it created? How much money does it cost? How does it fit my problem? Do I have that problem? Do I need that solution? All of these questions. So the first thing you need to understand is awareness is necessary, and they have campaign objectives that seek to achieve this. The first one is brand awareness. Brand awareness is simply trying to get people aware of an idea or of a brand. So you're running something, a little tiny ad on Facebook that makes people aware that that message exists, and that message is connected to your brand. How do you measure this? You measure it through something called recall. You're going to get a cost per recall. Recall is Facebook is telling you this is the number of people that we believe have recalled your brand, and we can give you a cost for every time somebody does that based on a certain metric number. Great. So what is a recall? How does that work? Oh, a recall is anytime somebody slows down when they see your ad on a newsfeed. They do something, some kind of interaction when they see your ad inside of the newsfeed. Based on the number of people that have done that, we can give you an idea of how many people they are, how much it's cost for every time somebody's done that. Brilliant. Now I got a metric to work with. I know if it's cost effective or if it's not cost effective every time I run ads on Facebook and do a brand awareness exercise. Hope that makes sense. Next one you have is local awareness. Brand awareness is geo you choose. Local awareness is geo based on based on a specific location. So we have a restaurant and we want to run ads to people within a 2-mile radius of our restaurant because we've got a brilliant offer this lunchtime, and our restaurant is located in the heart of where lots of offices are. Hey, so let's run a local awareness campaign to get ourselves aware to as many people that we've got a brilliant offer on our lunch menu that's open to the first 100 people that come and buy it. Brilliant. So you'll run that ad to anybody and everybody who has Facebook, who's on Facebook, and they'll see that within a certain time frame that you choose, within a certain radius of where you are. Hopefully that makes sense. And again, I believe you get recall as well. Those of you who are the smart advertisers who are watching this, maybe you can comment and make sure I'm right in that, because I didn't do my homework. I do apologize. I think you get a recall on local awareness as well. The last one is reach. Now, this is as it sounds. You are trying to reach as many profiles as possible, and Facebook's goal is to try and get your ad in front of as many profiles as it can. Remember, Facebook is an impression-based advertising platform. You pay every time your ad is seen by somebody else's profile. These metrics that you are given are formalities. They can calculate what you are roughly costing, what it's roughly costing every time somebody clicks and goes to your website, what it's roughly costing every time somebody does an activity that you consider a conversion. These things are formalities that really are benchmarked against the fundamental way you're charged, which is every time your ad is reached by somebody's profile, Facebook charge you based on impressions, which is every 1,000 times that happens. Reach is a little bit different. It's every time your ad reaches 1,000 profiles, you are given a metric charge. So they will say it's costing you $15 every time your ad reaches 1,000 profiles. It's costing $25, $50, $100. What determines whether the money goes up or down? The cost goes up and down. Do you know? Facebook's goal, its business model, is to keep people on the platform for as long as possible. Why? Machine learning, number one. The longer people stay on the platform, the more we get to learn about people and human behavior. The more we learn about people, the smarter our machine gets. The smarter our machine gets, the better our advertising product gets, the more money we make as a company. If you're going to run ads on our platform and they're crap, and people don't like them, what's going to happen? People are not going to want to be on our platform. If people don't want to be on our platform, you're affecting our business model, and now you're affecting our money making. Hence, you have to make sure your ads are what? Hint, hint, engaging. Because if your ads are engaging, we're going to charge you less for every 1,000 profiles that you reach. If your ads are less engaging, we're going to charge you more for every 1,000 people your profile reaches, or for every 1,000 impressions your ads cost. Hopefully that makes sense. So, awareness is your first one. But if you think about it semantically, logically, what happens first? First, you got to be aware of something. The next part is, I'm aware of it. You know, I'm considering it. I want to know more about it. Boom, boom, boom. The next group or category that Facebook gives you is something called consideration. Consideration comes first of all, is led first of all by traffic. Traffic is what? Anytime somebody clicks and goes off-site to the entity that you're guiding them towards. Typically, that's going to be a website. I'm just trying to be coy. Website. So anytime somebody visits your website, you're going to get a cost per what? Per click. But it's not quite per click. A lot of people think per click is all that's the main metric that measures a website visit. No. Because a person could click on your ad, but they won't actually let your website load. Did they really visit? Did they see the content that they came for? No, not necessarily. So a cost per visit, which is what we call it internally in our agency, Facebook term it cost per landing page view. I think that is the metric you should be tracking. So you are going to get a cost per click, but generally you should be looking for cost per landing page view, and a landing page view is considered when someone's come onto your website and the pixel has actually loaded. That is when the landing page view will trigger. That's how you know you got a visitor to your website, and that is the only metric you should be tracking. Forget the cost per click stuff. It's completely different to the actual reality that somebody's come to your site and the pixel is loaded. The next one is engagement, right? Engagement is what? Anytime somebody interacts with a post on Facebook, all right? Anytime somebody interacts with a post on Facebook. So that is a click, that is a like, that is a share, that is a comment, that is a reaction. Sounds familiar, right? That sounds like the boost post, all right? So anytime you see boost on Facebook, that is that campaign objective. Have you noticed there's 13 others? Yeah, so when you're thinking, I've advertised on Facebook, I went on and I clicked boost, and no, I didn't get no sales. Well, it's probably because you're using the wrong campaign objective, right? you're only using this campaign objective when really you should be using the appropriate one for your goal. But Facebook need a way to entice you to start getting you to advertise, so that's what they do. Hence, engagement is that type of campaign objective. The next one is app installs. So it tells itself every time a person installs your app, you get a cost per install. The short term we use as advertisers is CPI. Next one is video views. Again, anytime somebody watches your video, Facebook will give you a cost per video view. But they go even further, and you'll learn about this when we actually get into the video views lesson. Video views, you actually get a cost per percentage of video viewed. So anytime a person views 25% of your video, you can get a cost per that. 50%, 75%, 95%, 100%, you get a cost per all of those, which is great because think about it. If I get a cost per through play, which is what you get in the metric in your dashboard, some of you would have advertised on Facebook, would have seen this. I get a cost per through play. Cost per through play is really only cost per 10 seconds, I believe. Maybe 15 seconds, but I think it's 10 seconds. Now, if a person's watched 10 seconds of my video and they clicked off, is that really somebody who's really interested in my stuff? I don't really know. I don't know if that cost is even relevant to me. If I get a cost per video view at this raw sense, that's cost per 3 seconds. Video automatically plays a lot of the time. So that person could be scrolling past, talk to their friend for a second and just carry on scrolling, slow down and keep scrolling. They ain't interested at all in my stuff. What is a real metric cost that means something to me? It's cost per time a person watches maybe 25%. If the video's 10 minutes and they spend 2.5 minutes with me, that's all right. So it starts getting interesting when you start tracking the right metrics, which is available for all campaign types, by the way, but they still need to give you a surface level metric that is going to be useful to you so you can read the metrics easier. But when you get to the real advertising levels, you start realizing the truth. Anyway, last one is lead generation. Again, anybody who is in the consumer services industry, you realize that you need leads. You need somebody to give you their data and information in order for you to then follow up and go and start with your sales process to try and close that lead. Lead generation is a form that pops up in Facebook and a person can fill out the details without even leaving the platform, and you get a cost per what? Cost per lead form completion, or cost per lead, right? So now awareness, that's how people got to know about you first, guys. Then you got to get people to consider, yeah, I'm interested in your stuff. Then you turn to conversion, which is a person that does the act. They complete the act that you consider a goal. Usually, you're going to attach a monetary goal to it. But conversion is somebody who does the deal. They do the thing that you ultimately want them to do. There are 3 types of conversions inside of the Facebook conversion campaign objectives. First one is a website conversion. That is any time a person clicks on your ad, goes onto your website, and does the action that you consider a conversion. The most obvious one of those is a person who goes onto your web store and they purchase something. They end up on the page that says, thank you very much for your purchase. It's on its way. Anytime somebody gets there and they come from the source of clicking on your ad, that is considered a conversion. How does that work? A little funny thing sits on your website called a pixel. It's a little piece of code that talks to Facebook and feeds back that a person has visited from your ad, and we are tracking all of their activity through a cookie. It is through a cookie. Yes, it's through a cookie. Pixel and a cookie. I believe it's pixel and a cookie. They track all that activity when that goes back, and they feed that activity back to Facebook so they can say, yes, this is what the person did, and this is where they overall ended up. And it was on the place that you consider a conversion. So Facebook could say, hey, Renaldo, you just got a conversion, and it's cost you this amount of money based on this number of profiles that's in your ad and this number of people that came through. Starting to make sense now? Great. The caveat with conversions is it's what I call the purest form of machine learning. Conversion campaigns have to calculate and compute on the fly. We have to figure out who is most likely to convert. Remember, we're not giving you just a straight cost per click and you've told us you only want to spend 50 cents or 50 pence a click. Well, your clicks are costing you 45 cents, so we're giving you what you want. No, with conversions, Facebook's got to figure out, okay, who are the people likely to convert? We don't know who's likely to convert what you want them to do. We do know people who click. We do know people who watch videos. We know people who fill out lead forms. We don't know people who do what you actually want them to do, because what you want them to do is unique to you. So we've got to calculate that on the fly. real. Do it right now. And so all of the people that go and do that thing, we go and get that data and we get smarter and smarter and smarter. So we eventually find the people who are going to do what you want them to do at the price that you want it. God, Facebook is damn good and machine learning is sharp. That's what's going on inside of the conversion campaign objective. Similarly, not the same, but similarly, store visits is similarly the same. So anytime a person goes to your store from a Facebook ad, we can track whether they've considered a conversion or not. How does that happen? All right, let me see if I can explain this right. A person is going to see your ad. They go through into your store. They make a purchase. You are going to feed that data into Facebook, into the Facebook ad campaign that you're running. When you feed that data of these are all our sales today, Facebook is going to match it to all of the people who would have seen that ad. So now they can say, hey, we've got a match. This person came in and they had this email address, or they had this name, or they had as many different data points that they can connect. They have this data and we can connect it to this person who actually saw your ad on Facebook. So here you go, here's a conversion of someone who saw your ad, came into the store and purchased. So how do you really track conversions in the store? First of all, you got to have a POS that's actually taking data that you can then plug into Facebook and measure against the data according to the campaigns that you're running. Does that make sense? If not, comment, I'll help you out, or we'll go into detail on the store visits conversion campaign video, okay? A conversion objective video, okay? Last one but not least is product catalog. Guys, this is fundamental and necessity if you have an e-commerce store, because Facebook is going to algorithmically and automatically run ads to people based on activities they do on your store, serving up catalog items from your store. So remember, after a while, and somebody knows you, and someone's done transactions with you before, they don't need you to sell single products to them. They kind of want a variety. They want to know what they're looking for. So take a company like, I don't know, there you go, I'm biased, Gymshark, great Birmingham company, brilliant company. I've made a couple of purchases in Gymshark. I kind of want Gymshark to recommend stuff to me. I don't always want to have to go out my way. And so what Gymshark will do is, hey, I've made 3 or 4 purchases, and now inside of my feed, I'm seeing a selection of different things that are related to the last thing that I purchased. Or I've gone onto the checkout and I didn't buy, and Gymshark shows me, oh, you didn't buy this, but we've also got this, and this. This is all sourced from an RSS feed that links in with Gymshark, which is built on Shopify, which is actually running on a Shopify platform, built into Gymshark, and that RSS feed pulls out all of the listings currently, that's the key part. So it's a live feed. So if Gymshark changed stuff on their side, that feed pulls in the changes Gymshark makes on the website. So now all of the stuff is fed in to make sure people are seeing current listings based on current stock levels, based on current things that the store owner wants these people to see. Gosh, it's sick. It's wicked. And when you understand this entire game and the bits of how it works, you will start understanding how to really advertise on Facebook like a G. So this is a series. I am going to be teaching each one of these. I've tried to do it so many times, and I've just not had the facility and the tools, but now I do. The real board, where I can teach it properly, I can break it down and make you understand how to advertise on Facebook, how campaign objectives work at the nuanced level, so you can become serious Facebook advertisers. So, got any questions? Please leave a comment. Of course, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the playlist, and I will help me help you become a much better Facebook advertising connoisseur, expert, and of course, practitioner. See you soon.